Right, here we are at the PC, and basically this is the product on the Cooks and Gold website. It's currently available for £3,995 plus VAT. The product code is 9976301. So if you are interested in this particular machine, head on over to cooksandgold.com and you'll find it there. Once you're on the page, you obviously get a few pictures of the machine, and then we've got some descriptions down here of the machine itself. So onto the engraving units software itself. The engraver comes with software called Magic Art, and this is obviously your main screen. Now you can add, over here on the left hand side we have got your templates. You can add different templates as well. You just obviously need to tell the software what size it is, and then you can set up your own templates, but it does come with preloaded ones as well. Basically what I've done, I've put in the measurements for the stainless steel tag that we placed into the machine earlier on, and I have just laid out a basic some text in a few different fonts and a few different styles, and I've also put the Cooks and Gold logo on there because this machine will actually engrave photos and logos and things. I have done a number of photos with this machine, however I would say that you do need quite a good quality photograph to work with to get the best results, but on the times I have used it for photos I've got some really impressive results with it. So basically you've obviously got all your menu up here. You can do various things with this with the machine, but obviously your basic text is fairly simple. You've got a text toolbar there, quick link. You basically click and then start typing. You can change all your fonts and settings and styles over here. I'll just cut that show. Right, what we've got here, you can, it comes preloaded with tons and tons of various fonts and styles, and you've got the ability to add your own as well, which is great. I have added a few myself, but I've always found that there's loads of different fonts on here. I've always found one to fit the type of project that I was doing, so I've never really needed to add any or many more myself. So yeah, just a basic layout there. What we'll do is we'll go to the settings for actually engraving. Once you've got your layout and you've got everything on the software that you want to engrave on the item, you can do it all in one go. If you can select the whole lot and do the whole lot all in one go. I prefer to do it in sections. One, so that I can check what the finished results are like as we go along, and two, sometimes it gives you the ability to fine-tune the spacing and things if you do it bit by bit. So if you select the particular text or image or whatever that you want to engrave, it is slightly different for imaging, so we'll just stick with the text. So if you click once, that's highlighted that top text there. You've got various menu items on here for text. If you go to the hatching toolpath and click that, that brings up this main box. Now here you can select, if you want hatching, you can select the style of hatching that you want within the style of the writing. So you can have sort of horizontal engraved lines, diagonal, that way and that way, and then you can obviously have crossed section as well. I always go with the crossed if I'm going to have hatching. Just over here is where you set your depth. Obviously the deeper you have the engraving, the longer it will take to carry out. But you can get some really good results with a really minimal depth. I mean, this one I'm going to, just for speed, I'm going to set on 0.2 of a mil depth. Your Z clearance is the height at which the main engraving unit will come up, between sort of going through each letter and things. So if you're engraving a completely flat piece, then that doesn't need to be really high, because obviously you've got no surfaces to worry about. Obviously you need to think about your clearances if you are doing an item that's that's beveled. So yeah, but for this purpose, if we just set it on at 1 mil. Over here you can adjust the speed at which it goes. I've never sort of needed to touch any of that. Here we've got the hatching interval. You don't have to have hatching at all, you can set that at 0, and basically what that will do is just completely engrave out the whole text. If you don't have hatching, please bear in mind that it will take longer to actually engrave rather than if you've got hatching. Sometimes I do have hatching, sometimes I don't. Depends on what I'm actually doing. So, but again, it's up to you. I mean, for this purpose, we'll leave it at 0.2 of a mil, which isn't a great deal, and it's still great effect. So once you've got your settings all correct, what you need to do is create a toolpath. Then, basically that will change. It will overlay your actual image or text that you're engraving with an image of what the machine's going to engrave. So let me give you an example. If you click Create Toolpath, then you're now seeing an overlay. Let's just go up and show you that. An overlay of that main writing that we're going to engrave. Basically, that is exactly what's going to be engraved. If I just get rid of the rear background, you should be able to see that better. That is exactly how the machine's going to engrave the text onto our tag. To start the engraving, if you select, and you'll notice by selecting we've now highlighted the engraving option. If you click that, it's obviously just noting that the machine's connected. Shows you what you're going to be engraving. Now here you've got options for if it's not a flat piece that you're actually engraving. Here is where you can set the slope. And basically what you do is you click whether it's a surface slope both ways or a slope one way. If you just select the correct button to fit the item that you're engraving, then the machine will actually, once started, the machine will actually take a few measurements so it knows what sort of shape that it's dealing with. But for this we just want to worry about the height, because the stainless steel tag's completely flat. The surface again will leave us flat, and we click Start Engraving. Now that is sending over the image over to the engraving machine, which is gone, and then we'll go over to the engraver and I'll show you that.